There's new reporting that Donald Trump can no longer stand for long periods of time, and that the entire White House schedule for Trump and his events as president are carefully managed around him not having to stand a long time anymore. I really hadn't thought much about this, but when I think about it, it's true. Most of Trump's events are now sitting down in the Oval Office, sitting and signing documents, sitting at a round table, very short moments of standing. Chuck Todd pointed this out. Take a look at this.
Is to stand for a long period of time anymore. All events are designed for sitting. All of the things at the White House, more and more, are now taking place in the Oval Office. He sits. Fewer Rose Garden events. The weather's been terrific in Washington. During previous White Houses, anytime you could do an event outside, you did an event outside. It was just better TV, better coverage. And then look at that Wisconsin event. He's not standing for 20 minutes. And I'm very curious. He's going to give a rally speech at some point during this birthday celebration sometime at the end of June. Will he stand for it? It's either hurts for him to walk, it's uncomfortable for him to walk, whatever it is, there is something going on here.
Yeah. I was kind of skeptical about this. It seemed like, oh, here's just another thing people are saying. But I zoomed out, and I think that when I look at the totality of the situation, it seems to be true. Trump's walking, as you know, is increasingly unsteady. And we've explored earlier this week how he's unable to walk in a straight line and just kind of weave side to side to side. There's also the gait issue where Donald Trump will drag his right leg when he walks, which is something else that there's been medical focus on. He is walking increasingly gingerly and has even had incidents where as he walks up onto Air Force One, he trips and catches himself. And you might say, well, hold on a second, David. Trump does these 2-hour rallies and he stands the entire time. No. When's the last time that he did that? As Chuck Todd says, around this whole America's 250th anniversary thing, he's supposedly planning some kind of speech component with it. I think it's going to be very interesting to see how long it is and whether he actually stands for the entire thing. Now, in addition to this, if you zoom out further, not only is Trump mostly sitting during these events, he's falling asleep at 2 to 3 events per week. Happened yesterday again. To top it all off, we have reporting that Donald Trump's schedule is mostly squished between the hours of 12 and 5. That's an even smaller window than Biden was operating in. There was criticism, oh, Biden's only doing 10 to 4, which is 6 hours. Trump's reportedly only doing 12 to 5, which is 5 hours. And you put that entire picture together, it's not the picture of health, vigor, and vitality. There's just no way to argue that it is. And the White House is in a kind of difficult position because the brand they've built for Trump is strength, stamina, dominance, alpha male. And when you have visible decline, it matters more for Trump than for the typical politician because he spent years saying age and fitness are the political issues, the most important thing. And he mocked other people because they're weak, they're tired, they're sleepy, they're confused, they're low energy, they can't walk right, they can't stand right, they can't speak right. And now that is a standard that if you apply it to Trump, Trump's failing to meet the standard. There's a big difference between Trump has a specific medical condition that they're hiding from us, which may be the case, by the way, and the White House is adapting Trump's schedule to the realities of being 80 and declining. The latter is completely plausible without a dramatic diagnosis. There may be a dramatic diagnosis that's being hidden, but that's not even what this is about. The question is not, can Trump stand for 10 minutes? Almost any healthy 80-year-old can stand for 10 minutes. The question is, can Trump really sustain the pace that is expected of a president for hours at a time, day after day? And if staff are designing events around, we've got to have Trump sitting for much of it or all of it, that is information relevant to answering the question of whether Trump has what it takes. Campaigns and White Houses optimize around strengths and they try to hide weaknesses. They do this in every aspect. It's sort of their job at the end of the day. Aging is no moral failing. This is an issue of transparency. If the White House knows there are limitations, we as voters deserve to understand them and to evaluate them. And Republicans spent years arguing the public deserves to know everything when it's Joe Biden. We need to know about his health. We need to know about his cognitive status. I'm just saying apply the same principle to Donald Trump. I challenge you, find a recent example of Trump standing continuously in an unscripted setting. Those are becoming really rare examples. It is noteworthy. The White House doesn't want this discussed. In fact, they put me on a list of media offenders because I do talk about it. This has struck a nerve. So tell me, when did he last stand for a while without visibly struggling? Uh, Final note, if, speaking of me being on the list at the whitehouse.gov website, if you missed this week's one-day membership drive, where we have now seen over 600 people sign up and get new memberships, and you would love to get a membership at half price, just email in. Today's the last day that we're extending it. Send an email to info@davidpakman.com. We're working through a backlog that is still at about 150 people requesting the code. You will get a response from us if you get your email in today. info@davidpakman.com. David, send me that code, please. Here's something people don't think about enough. There is not much of a line between online privacy and real world safety. If someone gets angry at you in traffic, at work, in a relationship, or in a comment section, it can be very easy for them to figure out your details, address, phone number, relatives. A lot of that information is just sitting on public search databases right now. There is something you can do. Our sponsor, Incogni, helps protect you and your family by automatically sending removal requests to hundreds of these databases, and they are legally required to comply and get rid of your information. Incogni will follow up until it's done. Incogni's custom removals is my favorite feature. If I find information on a random directory or an obscure business database or some new people search site, I just paste the link into Incogni. Their privacy experts work to get it removed. Removing your information from these online databases is critical to protect yourself and your loved ones. Get 60% off when you go to incogni.com/Pakman. Use the code Pakman. The link is in the description.